Hey everybody, in this video we're going to take a look at how useful compatible skeleton characters can be in your Unreal Engine projects. I have 3 different characters in this project. All 3 have different skeletons. Obviously we have a metahuman, we have this legacy Unreal Engine 4 character, and we have a modern Quinn character that I showed how you can import her from Fab in a previous video. Now only Quinn has walking animation, so if I go to the animation track for the UE4 pre-made character and I click plus, she's got nothing. And same thing with the metahuman, go to the animation track, plus sign, and no walking animations. But if I select this animation from Quinn and Control C copy it, let's pause our animation, go to the beginning. Because all 3 of these characters are compatible, I can select the animation track for the UE4 character and Control V paste, and now she has that animation. Likewise with the metahuman, I can click on her animation track and Control V paste, and again that same animation block still works. If I hit play, all 3 characters are moving with the same animation. So how do we put this together? Let's dive into it. So let's pause this. The main thing is that the structure of these skeletons are compatible. So metahumans are compatible with mannequins by default, and to a certain degree older mannequin UE4 skeletons are also compatible. And by compatible we mean that they have a very similar structure with the same joint names and the same bind poses. So if I select Quinn, for example, and I go over to the details panel and find the skeletal mesh asset socket, I can double click on her skeletal mesh and we get the persona skeletal mesh editor. And here on the right, we can see the structure of her skeleton listed in an outline form. And so for example, we've got a pelvis for the hips, spines 1 through 5, clavicle left, upper arm, lower arm, and so on and so forth. Now, that is the structure for Quinn. If I select the metahuman, I don't have that skeletal mesh socket here in the details, and that's because metahumans are a hybrid. They're assembled from multiple skeletal mesh components, so I can collapse face, for example, and we actually have 3 different skeletal meshes. There's a body, the face is actually the head, and the skeletal mesh here is the clothing. But if I select the body, we do have a skeletal mesh asset here, so I can double click to open that. And even though we can't see the full body, this is just set to be transparent so that none of the skin underneath the clothing accidentally pokes through. But the main thing we can see is that the skeleton structure is very, very similar. So we've got a pelvis, spine 1 through 5, left clavicle, upper arm left, lower arm left, and so on and so forth. So that is essentially the structure that makes these compatible. If we go to this character, this is our pre-made UE4 character. I will double click her skeletal mesh asset, and we see that her structure is a bit different. We've got pelvis, spine 1, 2, 3. There's no 4 and 5. Then we go right to clavicle left, upper arm left, lower arm left. So what happens with her skeleton is that an animation, say from Quinn, that's applied to her that maybe has animation on spine joints 4 and 5, maybe has like metacarpal animations. See, she doesn't have a metacarpal, but the Quinn character and the metahumans do have metacarpals. Those animation tracks are essentially going to be skipped, and the other joints will have their animation applied to the character. So the animation works, it might just have some nuanced adjustments that don't quite match up. So essentially that's how that works. If we also look at the metahuman, we might see, let's take a look at the structure of the skeleton visually. We can go to this I button here and click on that and go to bones and choose all hierarchy. And now we can see the structure of this skeleton. And you can notice we have a lot of these what are called leaf bones. There's extra bones in here that they could be driven by an animation blueprint, such as the post-process blueprint, so that they correct any pinches or crushes, candy wrappering of the mathematical vertices as they get bent. These are there to correct some of those kinds of errors. The mannequin character doesn't have all of those. I think this is the mannequin simple, and so a lot of those leaf bones aren't here. I think the more detailed mannequin models do have most of those leaf bones that are in metahumans. But in any case, it's fine when the source character has fewer bones than the target. Just all of the animations that are tied to bones that are in both characters will get applied. So that's what becomes really useful, because without needing to do any kind of rigging for retargeting, we're able to apply animations across multiple different characters as long as they are all indeed compatible. Now, there is one more thing that we can do to take advantage of this compatibility, and that is to inform Unreal Engine that these 3 characters are compatible even though they use 3 different skeletons. So to do that, first I'm going to go ahead and delete the Quinn animation blocks from our 2 extra characters, and then what we'll do is go into Quinn's skeleton and add these 2 character skeletons as compatible skeletons. And so if we double click on the skeletal mesh asset and details, then we can open the skeleton editor. And so this is a new window. And here, what we want to do is open the retarget manager. I can either click this button to open that up, or go to the window menu and choose retargeting. And we want to populate this area here, manage compatible skeletons. So we're going to add the metahuman skeleton, that's metahuman base right here. We'll also add the UE4 character, and when I scroll down, she's actually visualized, her skeleton gets visualized as the UE4 mannequin, so there we go. And now that both of these are listed here, and we save it, now Unreal Engine knows that they're compatible, and if we go into Sequencer and go to the animation track, this plus button window that used to be empty now has mannequin animations in it. So I can type in the word walk, and select the mannequin female walk forward. Now I did slow this down, so we can right click, go to properties, and playback rate, I'm just going to set that to 0.5. And again, for the metahuman, we can go to the animation track, plus button, type in walk, choose metahuman female walk forward, position properly on the timeline, and finally right click, go to properties, and set that play rate to 0.5. And now all 3 characters have that animation applied, and they're all walking together. So that's the power of compatible skeleton characters, and that's why you'll find that most of the characters available on Fab have compatible skeletons. We don't need to use the full rigging retargeting system to move animations across these different characters. Now, in future videos, I will be covering the full rigging process to be able to copy animations from incompatible characters to one another, but wanted to make sure that this video is available, so there was a resource available on how to use, well, compatible skeletons. I hope this helps. Until next time, have fun.